I want my baby back. Explodes as a newborn crisis rocks Salem this week on Days of Our Lives. A medical emergency involving a helpless newborn threatens to unravel one of the town's most fragile and explosive storylines. What begins as a bout of crying soon escalates into a life-or-death crisis with consequences that could tear families apart and expose secrets meant to stay hidden forever. At the center of this emotional firestorm is Leo Stark, Sophia, and a baby boy whose life hangs in the balance. A baby's cries echo louder than secrets at the Hernandez household. The week begins with panic and confusion. Leo Stark, Greg Ricart, not known for his parental instincts, is left alone with the newborn affectionately nicknamed Tesoro. But the baby won't stop crying, his tiny body racked with discomfort, his voice hoarse from distress. Leo tries rocking him, feeding him, even singing lullabies, but nothing works. Enter Gabby Hernandez, Sherry Jimenez, whose maternal experience and sharper instincts immediately pick up on the fact that this isn't just a case of colic or a fussy night. She demands that Leo hand over the baby, and as she holds Tesoro in her arms, a chilling fear settles over both of them. Something is terribly wrong. This is no ordinary newborn fussiness. The baby's skin seems pale, his cries weak and strained, and he refuses to eat. Leo's panic builds not only because he doesn't know what to do, but because, deep down, he fears the problem isn't just physical. He wonders if Tesoro is somehow absorbing the fear, guilt, and emotional chaos that surrounds his makeshift guardians. But as the situation worsens, it becomes clear. This is a medical crisis, and it may be far more serious than anyone imagined. Sophia's secret, and her guilt, may hold the key while Leo and Gabby scramble to figure out how to save Tesoro. Across town, Sophia, the child's birth mother, is quietly falling apart. On the surface, she tries to convince herself that she made the right decision by placing her baby in safe haven care. She tells herself it was an act of love, a sacrifice meant to give her son a better life. But deep inside, the doubts are creeping in. Sophia knows the real reason she walked away wasn't just for the baby's benefit. She was trying to reclaim her own life. The pressure, the fear, and the shame were too much. She believed her ex, Tate, wouldn't want to raise the child, and that Amy Choi, Sherna Nielsen, the woman she hoped would adopt the baby, wouldn't go through with it if she knew the baby was her own nephew. Now, with the baby's health deteriorating and the truth hanging by a thread, Sophia finds herself standing at a precipice. Can she really live with the consequences of giving up her baby? A race against time, and the truth as the baby's condition declines. Doctors search desperately for a diagnosis. When standard tests and treatments fail to stabilize him, a terrifying possibility emerges. Tesoro may be suffering from a rare genetic or blood-related condition. And worse yet, he may need an emergency transfusion using a blood type so rare that only biological relatives could be matches. In one breathless moment, the room goes silent. Everyone turns to Leo. But he's not the biological father. He never was. This entire arrangement was built on lies, manipulation, and desperation. The only people who might be able to save this child now are the ones who don't even know he's theirs. Melinda's web of lies begins to unravel. Behind this entire drama lurks Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, whose adoption paperwork was never more than smoke and mirrors. Her scheme to hide the baby's true parentage and manipulate Sophia into giving him up was already walking a tightrope of legality and morality. Now, that deception threatens to collapse entirely. If doctors discover the need for a rare blood type, or worse, conduct emergency testing that contradicts the existing records, there's no more room to hide. The walls are closing in on Melinda, Sophia, and anyone else tangled in this cover-up. And with Tate still in the dark about the fact that he fathered a child, any further delay in revealing the truth could be catastrophic. Sophia's breaking point: I want my baby back. Faced with the horrifying reality that her baby could die and that she may be the only one who can save him, Sophia's emotional dam finally breaks. In a moment of anguish, she storms into the hospital, tears streaming down her face, and cries out, "I want my baby back." Her declaration sends shockwaves through the hospital. Brady, Marlena, Gabby, and even Leo are stunned. Tate, if he's nearby, is frozen in disbelief. The truth is out. The child is hers. And now, whether she likes it or not, the past has caught up with her. Sophia must now do what she once thought impossible. Step back into the role of mother, not because it's convenient or comfortable, but because her baby's life depends on it. A future forever changed as the medical emergency continues to unfold. Days of Our Lives fans can expect a wave of consequences. Will Sophia permanently reclaim her child? Will Tate finally learn he's a father, and if so, how will he react? Will Melinda Trask face charges for orchestrating a fraudulent adoption? And will Leo, who tried so hard to do the right thing, be crushed under the weight of a role he was never truly prepared for? One thing is certain. The decisions made this week will echo far beyond the hospital walls. New alliances will form, old betrayals will resurface, and for one tiny baby, every choice made could mean the difference between life and death. Stay tuned. Salem's quiet summer just turned into a storm of secrets, bloodlines, and heartbreaking truth. Xander and Sarah's marriage on the brink, a fight for family. Xander Kiriakis and Sarah Horton Kiriakis have never had an easy road. Their love story is one of fiery passion, stubborn hearts, and a fierce commitment to their darling daughter, Victoria. But this week, their fragile truce threatens to shatter in a heated argument that could undo all the progress they've made for their little girl's sake. Picture the scene: the Kiriakis mansion, with its grand chandeliers and polished floors, becomes a battleground as Xander and Sarah face off. Their voices echo through the halls, each word dripping with frustration and hurt. Sarah, with her kind heart and unyielding sense of right, wants nothing more than stability for Victoria. She's fought hard to build a home where their daughter can grow up surrounded by love, but Xander's impulsive nature keeps throwing obstacles in their path. Maybe it's a risky business deal or a secret from his past. Xander's never been one to play by the rules. His rugged charm and protective instincts make him irresistible, but they also make him maddening. Sarah's patience is wearing thin, and you can almost see the exhaustion in her eyes as she pleads for him to put their family first. Xander, on the other hand, is a man torn between his love for Sarah and his need to prove himself. His deep voice trembles with emotion as he argues his case, convinced he's doing what's best for Victoria. But old habits die hard, and Xander's tendency to act first and think later could be their undoing. As the argument escalates, you can feel the weight of their history, every betrayal, every reconciliation, hanging in the air. Will this fight be the final straw? Or can they find a way to mend their fractured bond? For those of us who've watched these two fight for their love over the years, it's a moment that tugs at the heartstrings, reminding us how fragile even the strongest relationships can be. Victoria, their sweet little girl, is the heart of their struggle. Played by the adorable Amelia and Kennedy Heilman, she's a reminder of what's at stake. As Xander and Sarah clash, you can't help but wonder how their choices will shape her future. Will they pull together for her sake, or will their stubborn hearts drive them further apart? This storyline is a poignant reminder of the sacrifices we make for family, something many of us can relate to as we reflect on our own lives. Chad and Kat's blossoming romance. A moment of joy in Salem. In the midst of Salem's turmoil, there's a spark of hope for Chad DiMera, a man who's endured more than his share of heartache. After losing so much, Chad is ready to open his heart again, and Kat Green is the woman who's captured his attention. This week, their relationship takes a tender turn, with intimate moments that will warm your heart. Imagine Chad, with his soulful eyes and quiet strength, sitting across from Kat at a cozy table in the Brady pub. The soft glow of the lights casts a warm halo around them as they share a laugh, their hands brushing against each other, sparking a connection that feels like a fresh start. Kat, played with grace by Annalyn McCord, brings a lightness to Chad's world that he hasn't felt in years. Their scenes together are filled with the kind of quiet magic that makes you believe in love again. Maybe it's a slow dance in the DiMera mansion or a heartfelt conversation under the stars in Horton Square. Whatever the setting, these moments are a balm for Chad's wounded soul. And for us viewers, they're a reminder that even in our later years, love can surprise us with its warmth and possibility. But this is Days of Our Lives, and happiness in Salem is often fleeting. Just as Chad and Kat draw closer, a storm is brewing in the form of Gwen, a woman who knows how to turn lives upside down. For those of us who've followed Gwen's antics over the years, her return is like a thunderclap on a clear day. Let's take a moment to remember Gwen, her sharp wit, her knack for trouble, and the way she always seems to stir the pot just when things are settling down. Played with fiery intensity by Emily O'Brien, Gwen is a force of nature, and her reappearance promises to shake up Chad's newfound joy. Gwen Rizika's shocking return. Trouble on the horizon. The spoilers tell us that Gwen will officially return on Tuesday's episode, but there's a chance we'll catch a glimpse of her as early as Monday, setting the stage for suspense that will keep us glued to our screens. Picture it, Chad and Kat sharing a quiet moment, unaware that Gwen is watching from the shadows, her eyes glinting with a mix of longing and mischief. Or perhaps she strides boldly into the Demera mansion, her presence like a sudden gust of wind that rattles the windows. Either way, Gwen's return is sure to bring drama, and for those of us who love a good soap opera twist, it's a moment we can't wait to see. Gwen's history with Chad is complicated, to say the least. Their past is a tangle of love, betrayal, and unfinished business, and her return to Salem is bound to reopen old wounds. Maybe she's back to reclaim what she believes is hers, or perhaps she's carrying a secret that could change everything. Whatever her motives, Gwen has a way of making waves, and Chad's budding romance with Kat is directly in her path. Will she try to win Chad back? Or is her mission something even more unexpected? As we sip our coffee and watch this unfold, we can't help but feel a mix of excitement and dread for what's to come. For those of us over 65, Gwen's return is a reminder of the way life can surprise us even when we think we've seen it all. Her bold personality and unpredictable choices mirror the challenges we've faced in our own lives, moments when someone from the past reappears, stirring up memories and emotions we thought we'd left behind. It's this relatability that keeps us coming back to days of our lives where the stories feel like echoes of our own joys and struggles. Why this week's episodes are a must-watch this week. Days of Our Lives delivers the kind of drama that has kept us hooked for years. Xander and Sarah's fiery argument is a testament to the power of love and the pain of conflict, pulling us into their struggle to do right by their daughter. Chad and Kat's tender romance offers a moment of sweetness, a reminder that love can bloom even after loss. And Gwen's shocking return? Well, that's the kind of twist that makes us gasp and reach for the phone to call our friends and talk about what's next.
All new Days of Our Lives, only on Peacock.